Hello, my name is Eduardo and today I am here with a new tutorial for AppInventor or Thunkable or AppyBuilder or any server that you use similar to based on AppInventor. Well, basically this tutorial it is quite simple. It is about how to make your custom score, okay? I mean this, okay? So I am just using this, okay, this canvas. Just when I touch a canvas, the score is increased, and then I change this to different names, numbers. So, and I am using for this some images, okay, that I did in Inkscape, if you check. So what is the advantage of this? Because sometimes, for example, in Thunkable you have the option to, or in AppyBuilder you have the option to load a special font, okay, a different font, okay, and that's good. But sometimes you want to have something different, not like a font, okay, especially for scoreboards. For example, I can add something extra in here. I can add an image. I can add something, okay. For example, if I go here to Google and I look for maybe coin, okay, or something like that. Just give me a second because it's quite slow. Coin, Mario, I don't know, maybe something like that. So you can add these things to your scores, and that looks really cool. Okay, so well, I mean that it's the idea about custom your own images for your score or something, okay, and this is going to help your things, okay, to look more attractive. For example, if I use this, okay, so I can use well, copy now because it is transparent, and I have there's an error with Inkscape. So you have this one, probably this one, yeah, this one. For example, I have this image and I paste it here. Well, if it's possible, just wait a little bit. And as I told you, we're going to do this. So this is the good thing about using this kind of images. For example, instead of the 0, I want to have this beautiful coin, okay, so that is something that you can do. So I can even trace this. Okay, you can make this also using a GIMP or something similar. So I just vectorize this thing. Let me check if I can just eliminate the background. Update. So maybe yes, maybe not. Yeah, I did it. It's not perfect, I mean. So just let's do this for this one, just to have a different 0. And this is the 0 right now. And also you can have more things, okay, in your images. You can have different colors, okay, you can have like this thing, okay, for example like this. Oh, sorry, it's because I clicked twice, and then you just click it like that, and then you just edit your this thing. Okay, then you just touch this one, and probably from purple to this or this one. Okay, so and then you have everything. Okay, something that is very important. Well, as I showed you in other videos, okay, you try to use this kind of size. For example, I use 128 or 256. It's okay if you are planning to have big numbers. Okay, so well, in this case I am using 128. I'm just going to export this and override this one, the number 2. And then I am going to overwrite the 0 using this image, okay, and then I just select the square. So just export and replace. That's it. Okay, well, now that is the advantage of using these kind of numbers, okay, because you can use different fonts, or even you can just trace them. Okay, for example, you can say, oh, this is my number 1, okay, and then you just export it like that. Okay, so that is the advantage. You create your own style, or maybe you can add some effects here to this, as I show you, probably this, this. Okay, ugly, I know, but I mean, it is something that you can do. It will help your game or your app to look better, much better. Okay, well, so let's export this one, also override, and that's it. And then we go to App Inventor, and we're going to start again with this. So I'm going to add a new screen, so just to show you all the process. So now the first thing, okay, so we're going to prepare here everything. Okay, set the scene. So the first thing that we need, it is we're going to have just until the biggest number for me in this moment, it will be like now 9,999. Yes, you can use more if you want. Okay, so the first thing is just to add an horizontal layout. Okay, and we're going to set it to the width to fill parent, and then the height we're going to set it to 20%. Then we're going to add the numbers. Okay, so we're going to use here from the user's interface, we're going to add 1 image, 2 images, 3 images, and 4 images. You can change the order of the images. Okay, so you can have the number 4 at the beginning, then the number 3, then the number 2. So you have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, then we just center this in the horizontal arrangement. Center, and then we're going to set just the size. Okay, for this the height, well, we are going to set it to the same as the horizontal arrangement, that is 20%, and the width we're going to set it to 20% too. Then we go for this one also 20%, then go for 20%, then we go for 20%, then go for 20%, and finally for the image number 1, 20%, with 20%. Also make sure your screen it is set to responsive layout, because we are using the percentage. Okay, so that's why. So just for that. So we have this, we have the 4 images, and then we are going to set just the default image as 0. So we're going to get the 0. We're going to get the 0 for this one, 0 for this one, and finally 0 for this one. Okay, so we have 0, and then we just check companion. So now we just do this. Okay, we have companion, and we have to upload the new files. Remember that I just modified some of them. So just to show you the advantage of these things. So I guess it is here in custom score. And also, if this video gets to 20 likes, I will share these images with you. Okay, so we have zeros over there. Then we just refresh the screen, don't worry. So we have 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, it was just an example. Then we just upload the other ones, for example number 1 that I modify, and then yes, override. Then we select the other one, that is number 2, upload, yeah, and I guess that's the only one that I modify. Yeah, that's it. All of them are the same now. So now we have this thing, and then we're going to add just a canvas just to make this change in the score. Okay, so just to make it like if we're a game or something. That is not very important. Just set it to fill parent for the height. So also for the width to fill parent. That's it. Let's change the color and let's set it to probably now to orange. Okay, I guess that's okay. I'm just going to click that thing, and that's it. So just let me change something I didn't like about the width. Let's set it to 85%. Then set the screen to center, 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 and probably the screen, if we have this kind, maybe color to something yellow or something black or something dark gray or something like that. Okay, and for this horizontal arrangement we can change the color to something white or light gray. That's it. Now let's start with the blocks. Okay, so the first thing that we need to create here, it is one list. Okay, we're going to create a list and we're going to make it with this option that is list from CSV row text. So then we're going to drag here a text, a box, no box, just insert the text. We're going to use here from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 until 9. From 0 to 9 we have the list of numbers. Then the next thing is we need to create a list. Okay, we need to create a list. This list, it has to have all the images from 0 to 9. Okay, so right now I am a little lazy. You can make it with other procedures, but I'm going to use the one that I just did just to save some time. So I just put it in my backpack. So and then you just add this thing. So let's use this one. So you create the list. I call it the first one, I'm going to call it numbers, and the second one is numbers, images. So I have 0.png. So I have all the images in a list. Okay, so now what is next? The next thing, it is just to create a variable for the score. So we're going to call it my score, and we're going to set this to 0, and that's it. Then we are going to use the initialize, and we are going to use here, there is something that we can use here just to see the information. We can use the screen title just to see the current number of the score. So we are going to set, oh sorry, my mistake, we're going to set the screen title to my score. In this case, if we do it, it is just 0, so we have the 0 over there. Now next thing, we're going to start with the thing that it's going to increase the score, that it's this thing. When we touch the canvas, we're going to increase the score. Okay, so we're going to go here to canvas, touch, and then we're going to set, you know what, set the score, my score, to plus. So my score plus, in this case we're going to use 1, and that's it. Okay, then we are going to refresh the screen title every time we modify this. If I touch right now, check, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we need to create a procedure to change the number. So in this case we're going to create a procedure, as I told you. We're going to call it change number procedure. Okay, and we're going to start with some conditions. Okay, so the first condition, let's think about this number. Okay, so we're going to increase this number. Okay, and we're going to change the image of this. So of this image, that is image number 1, that is this one, the one on the right. So we're going to change image of set image picture to, and I'm going to show you the condition. So the condition, what is the condition? This is going to be modified, okay, only if the global score it is less than 10. Okay, so if the global score it is less than 10, we are going to increase this thing. Okay, so we're going to change this image. So we're going to go here to the score. If the score it is less than 10, so from 0 to 9. Oh, sorry, less than 10, I say yes, that's it. Now, how can we know the number or the image that we have to use? Well, that's why we created two lists, one with the images and one with just the numbers. Okay, so we're going to say, hey, set the image picture to select from list, select list item. Then we are going to get here, in which list? I want you to check. So in the list that it's called global number images, from this list I want to use the image from this list. And which is the index? Well, actually we have to know the index using this index in list thing. I want you to tell me the index of which one? In this case of the global my score or the text. You can use the text of the label or you can use this one. So let's check it. So this is the thing that we have here. And the list, which is the list? Well, the list is global numbers. So using this list is going to transform this into the image. So now let's see what's happening now. So we're going to take here the procedure, we're going to insert it here, and now we have 4. Let's see what happens if we just click here. 5. Now we have 5, then we have 6, then we have 7. Okay, it is using the current number that we have in here, that it's the 7, and then it's checking in the list the 7. It has the same index in this one, so it is taking the image from this. That's it. Okay, so now, but what happens with these numbers? Well, we are just going to do this. Check. We're going to change image 2, then we are going to duplicate this one, image 3, and then duplicate to image 4. So obviously when we have a number less than 10, we are not going to have any of this. So we're going to just delete these ones and just let's skip this one, and we're going to have 0 for all of them. Okay, so well, 0 it is like the image number 1, sorry. Okay, so in this case we're going to use, we're going to set the image for all of them to 0 png. So because the number is less than 10, so that's why it is not necessary the hundreds or the tens. Okay, so now what is next? We are going to create a second condition. So you can just duplicate this one, and now we are going to change a little bit the thing. So now, which is the condition now? If the number it is, in this case it is bigger than 10, so if the score it is bigger than 10 and bigger than 10 and less than 99, if the global score it is less than 99, so let's write here 99. So I want you to do this. Check the first image. Okay, it will use this select list item as usual, and in this case we are going to change something. We're going to remove this and we're going to keep just the global number of numbers, but we're going to go here to text and we're going to select the one that it says segment text. So we're going to segment the text, okay, the global score, in this case the global score, and then we're going to check if for image number 1. So the start, it tells you where it starts. If we have two numbers, for example, if we have 17 or 20 or 39, the second number is this one. The first number is this one where it starts. So I want you to start in the second number and take it, okay, from here. So for the first image, we're going to use start 2. And the length, it is just, I want you to take just one number from here. So obviously there is just one number, but in this case it is necessary just to say that. Okay, now what happens with the number, the second number, because we are in the tens, okay, so something that it is bigger than 10 and less than 99, so we have 2 digits. Okay, so well, in this case we are going to duplicate this for the second image, duplicate, and then we are going to change this. The start is the first number, so if we have 2 digits, this is the first number, so I want you to take this one and the length 1, and that's it, and the other ones stay in 0. So now let's see, we have in 7 8, 9, 10. It is not changing to 10. Why it is not changing to 10? Well, we need to check what is the condition. Because I have here less than 10, so in this case it is bigger than 9, so that means that is 10. Okay, so let's refresh everything. So just watch out with that thing. So we just change it, refresh, we go, and now yes. Okay, so we have to correct this. It is bigger than 9, so that means that it's from 10 to 99. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so uncheck, these numbers are very original. Okay, so now let's add something to make it more interesting. So let's go to media, let's add here a sound. I have just a sound, let's set it to 100, and let's check the source to laser shot locks, and that's it. And then we start. But we need to use the play thing. Okay, so let's drag it over there. And then we continue here until 99. So what is the next condition? Okay, so if we duplicate this one, we just drag it over here. Now the next condition, it is quite similar to this one. Now if the number is bigger than 99, so we go to the hundreds, and it's less than 999. So I want you to do this. So for the image number 1, okay, so check image number 1. We're going to do now the start. It is now the 3. Okay, now for image number 2, now we change to 2, and then we just duplicate this one, sorry, we insert it in here, we just remove this, and then we're going to change this to 3, the third digit. Okay, so start here, okay, in the third here, no, in the third, in the first one, because this is the first one starting from the left. And this one we are not going to use the number 4. So now we're going to go to this number. Just let's change that we increase the score by 250. Okay, just to increase this and to make it faster, 76, and that's it. Okay, so if you check, now we have this. What happens if I set it to minus 200? Now we are going to reduce. Okay, so that's why we are using these zeros. Okay, just to erase if we have a number that is less than that. But anyway, so we keep it to 250, 426. Okay, if you check, it's the same number that we have in here, or that we have in the variable that it's do it. So 426. And now for the other one, it's quite the same. So I guess you can figure it out. So what if we just duplicate this one, and now what is the condition? Next condition, it is if the number it is bigger than multi-sport running watch. Now, okay, so here bigger than 999 and less than 9,999. So that is the biggest score for me in this case, for this example. So now we have here the first image. It is now going to be the 4th. It's going to start in the 4th number from the left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we just move this to 4. This is to 3. And this is to 2. And the first number, it will be for this one. So we just duplicate this. We just set it here. And this is the first one. That's it. Okay, now if we just check, so let's continue increasing, and that's it. We have this, and that is the idea, guys. Okay, so basically that is the way you can use numbers or custom numbers to have your scores, okay, in your game. and I will add this score, okay, to my one of my projects, just to show you. So you can do something with this. You can just copy this procedure into your backpack, and then you can use it. Just remember to create the variable global my score, and I guess with this thing, and obviously create the images, and with that thing you can just use it in another project, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, well, just give me a second and I'll be back.